Hi, everybody. My name is Chad Shemp. I'm the Senior Director of Recruitment for San Diego State University's Global Campus. I'm the person who normally would be sitting there in Sweden with the Blueberry folks at their fairs or at an event where we're kind of talking to you in person. Obviously, with COVID, that's not possible. So I'm going to try to give you just a little, I don't know, a little taste of what our city is like in San Diego and what the University San Diego State is like through a short presentation about, I don't know, 15 minutes. I've got some good photos, some really cool videos in there. And then if you would like this presentation sent to you, you can always request it from Blueberry and I can send the link to them. They can send it to you. But we've been partners for quite a long time. Many students from Blueberry have come to San Diego State. They absolutely love it. A lot of them don't want to go back after this semester is over. So after you've done your semester abroad in the sunshine and the warm weather, it's kind of hard to go back to Sweden where it's a little bit colder after you've gotten used to it and even the California lifestyle. So I'll talk about all of that and more, but I just wanted to first kind of introduce myself. And without further ado, let me share my screen and we will get into the presentation. So you can see here we've got a few things, quite a few areas I'm going to cover, but let's get right into it. And what I want to show you first of all is this picture of San Diego. Uh, we actually took this with a drone camera because I wanted to show not only the city, you can see downtown in the background, but also I wanted to show up in the foreground in the bottom left-hand corner, those apartments are where many of our students live. So not only many of our students, but many of our European students and Scandinavian students who come just for one semester. They like to live by the beach and then they like to kind of take the bus or get a used car and carpool to campus, which is only 15 minutes away. So kind of a nice place to live if you're going to school here just for 5 months. So let's kind of jump into some other things. San Diego, as you can see here. We like to joke that our city has 4 seasons: summer, 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 and summer. You can see the average temperatures. That's why we say that. Basically, it's around 22 degrees most of the year. So, really comfortable weather. It's probably honestly the best weather in San Diego. I'm sorry, in the United States. San Diego is known for its weather. People all over America come here for vacations. And that's also why a lot of students choose us for studying abroad for a semester. If you don't know where we're at, we are located, as you can see on the map, about 30 minutes from Tijuana, Mexico. And we're also kind of about 2 hours from Los Angeles. So it's a pretty nice, convenient place for not only living, but actually sightseeing and going on weekend trips, or when you have time after your semester is over to kind of travel around and see some really cool cities. We're in a good location. The university itself, I'll talk more about in a minute, but you can see we have about over 30,000 students. And our ranking, if you're worried about academics, is quite good, ranked in the top 70 out of over 4,000 universities in the United States. So that's we're top 5% in terms of public universities, which is, not only great, but it's great for you because you're getting a good education while you're studying in a place that you want to live. I'll just kind of talk over a few things. You can read them as I'm talking, but let me keep going on to the next slides. You can see here where we're located more closely, 15 minutes from the school to the beach. So that's certainly not too far. Los Angeles is 2 hours by train or by car. You don't need a car to live in San Diego because we have a train station inside the university, which is really convenient, and that will connect you all the way to downtown if you choose to live down there or you want to go out down there. But I do tell students it is easier if you have a car. So a lot of students will check on social media sites when they get here people selling used cars, other students, and then with your roommates, you could always share the cost of a used car and then sell it when you go back to Sweden. So, and usually you can sell it for what you bought it for. It's quite an easy thing to do while you're here. Um, Las Vegas is close by. Skiing and snowboarding is close by. I mentioned Mexico already. So a lot of cool places to visit on weekends, certainly while you're here. All right, so let's go on to the next slide. San Diego itself. Some of the key points. Of course, it's a beautiful city. Lots of beaches, palm trees. You know, it's kind of like what you see in the movies. It's a fun city. The U.S. News and World Report ranked it the most fun city to live in last year in the United States. So the nightlife is fun, the bars, the restaurants, you know, activities, outdoor activities, which we'll talk more about later. It's a safe city. And then what a lot of international students tell me is that people are so friendly in San Diego compared to Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Boston, bigger cities, fast pace of life, lifestyle. People are sometimes not as friendly because just they're in a hurry. They're always in a hurry. San Diego is kind of a slow, relaxed pace, so you don't have to worry about that. And because of that, people are more laid back and always ready to help if you're lost or if you need some advice when you're out sightseeing. About the university, you can see here, beautiful university, white buildings, palm trees, and I'll show you a video in a minute just to give you more of an overview. So I mentioned we have over 30,000 students, about 3,000 international students, so just under 10% international. We're always in the top most diverse rankings in the United States. So if that's important to you to kind of meet people from a lot of different cultures, you can see even our international students, actually we're over 100 different countries we have students from. So it's a fun place to not only meet other American students, but also students from all over the world. Um, we kind of talked about most of this stuff on the bottom, except for the business. I would say our university is most famous for its business programs. International business, we're ranked in the top 10 in the United States. So remember, that's out of thousands of university. So if your focus is on business, it's definitely a good choice for you. How long is the semester that you'll be doing? Roughly, it's about 4.5 months. You're going to take 4 classes if you're doing undergraduate, 3 classes if you're doing graduate. And the only requirement to getting into the semester at SDSU program is English. You know, in Sweden, you can see on the bottom there, we accept VG, B or C, MVG, A. Those scores from Swedish high school exit exams, that will be enough. If you don't have those, you could always show us proof that you've taken classes and passed them that are taught in English in your school in Sweden. And if you don't have that, then you could always take a TOEFL or an IELTS test. The semester program itself, one good thing about being at a big school like San Diego State is there's so many classes to choose from. So you actually have more than 3,000 classes every semester to choose from. 80 different academic areas. So if business is not what you want, but maybe you want psychology or engineering, computer science, art, music, all those things we have. And they're quite big programs with a lot of classes. So that's a very nice thing. If you do want to focus on business, special sessions in the second bullet point, you see that is what we create if the business, most popular business classes are full, then we actually create an extra class for international students so that you can get the class in the one semester you're here, to make sure that you get the class that you want. Of course, we send your transcript of grades back to your university. You just need to request that at the end of your semester. If you're interested in taking a certificate program, It's very similar to what you would take with the regular classes, but you would just need to take most of them in a similar subject, and we can kind of give you more details what those class choices would be if you also want a certificate. A lot of students ask me, is it too difficult, for an international student to study there? And the answer is no. And it's not my opinion. You can see here, we actually pulled data from Swedish students in the last couple years. We had 48 students from Sweden. They passed 96% of their classes. So that's fantastic. And the grade point average over 3.0. So Swedish students are doing quite well, and I don't think the language barrier is a problem. The English isn't a problem. Usually the only problem I can tell you is this, is not going to class. That's probably the only reason 4% of the Swedish students didn't pass their classes. You need to go to class. You need to, participate in class. A lot of the professors they check attendance, and they will also grade you on participation in class. But a lot of our students say that the classes are very interactive and dynamic and fun. And it's something that they actually want to go to. So some of the classes, these are just some of the more popular classes on this slide that our Swedish students took. You can see, of course, there's many business classes, right? But there are also some art classes in there, management classes. Um, you know, Honestly, we even have a surfing class, believe it or not, where the instructor meets you on the beach and teaches you how to surf, and you get credit for that as well. So we do have a wide variety. It really just depends on what you need to transfer back to your university in Sweden. This slide is probably the most important, where the program dates and prices are listed. For this coming fall, we start in August. So that means you should really be applying at least 2 months before, so that you have time to go get your visa approved at the embassy in Stockholm or wherever you go. And then the cost of the tuition, $7,000. I realize that's expensive for Sweden, but you also have your government funding and scholarship program that will pay for most of that, which is certainly a good thing. Why choose our school instead of other schools? Well, here are some reasons. I'm going to first just show you this 30-second video of our campus. And then I'll kind of talk through it just to let you know what you're looking at. Okay, again, we used a drone camera to take this. You can see here it's quite a big university. And as I mentioned, very green with white buildings. It's a beautiful place. Hollywood has actually made movies here because it's such a nice location. This is the bridge from our living into the campus. Um, as you can see, this is just a walkway that would take you to a lot of your classrooms. This is the student center where you can relax before or after classes. And again, these are just more classrooms in the student center. You can see an outdoor amphitheater where we have concerts and performances. All of this you're seeing is our university. So it would take you probably an hour to walk around our university. These are all of the sports facilities, which you can use for free. That's our basketball arena. And again, more shots of the school, some of the engineering and the business buildings. This is our library. And that kind of just gives you a very, very quick overview. I mentioned the library in that last shot, which you can see here. It's actually, the library is underground almost entirely. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can go there, you can study there, you can research your papers there, you can sleep there, which you're not supposed to, but some students do. So that's kind of a nice feature, just to have a library that's always accessible. I also showed you in the video the basketball arena. This is just a photo of one of the games. And I always tell students, Swedish students maybe aren't interested in basketball so much, but just going to the game is such a fun event and it's super exciting because the fans are crazy. You sit in the student section and you just kind of get the full feeling of what it's like to be in a big traditional American university. We also have many restaurants on campus. As you can see here, there are different kinds of cuisine from all over the world. There's Spanish, there's Mexican food, there's Greek food, there's American food, there's everything you can imagine. Basically, you'll find in the university because it's like a small city. I think this is a great idea for our semester international students to take advantage of. Intramural means basically it's just students in the university. You get on a team and then you play kind of tournaments against each other throughout the week. It will be after classes, and it's just for fun. But we have beginner, intermediate, advanced levels of sports. It's not just basketball. There's about 15 different sports you can join: soccer, volleyball, all kinds of things. And more than anything, it's just a good way to meet American students because you'll often go out for pizza and beer after playing the game. So I always say, in terms of meeting friends, that's a good outlet for that. You'll see right here a picture of the gymnasium, and here are the outdoor facilities. All of these things are free for you to use as a student, as an international student, even as just a semester student. There's no difference between you and a full-time American student. You receive the same ID card, and you receive all the privileges to use the gymnasiums, the swimming pools, tennis courts, everything for free. There's no extra cost after you pay the tuition. Student service. So some of the things that we help you with, you can see here in the bullet points. Of course, we do a full orientation for you in the first week that you arrive, and we talk about how to do a lot of these things, how to register for classes, how to sign up for activities, how to find an apartment, how to get health insurance if you need it, how to get help with your visa, let's say if you want to go to Mexico for the weekend. All of those things we can help you with. And the cool thing is you only need to come to one location on campus. We have one office and one desk, where you come and tell us what you need help with, and then we go get the right person to come talk to you. So that's why we've called it concierge services. So you don't have to walk all over that big university campus looking for the right people to talk to. You come to one place and we'll help you out. So I mentioned housing briefly. Basically at the bottom here, you can see you'll need about 1,000 US dollars to 1,500 US dollars a month for everything. And that means your rent for living in an apartment, sharing with a few students, food and entertainment on the weekend, and kind of just going out and enjoying San Diego. So that's basically what you should budget for. You can see here we have on-campus and off-campus housing. Once you've applied and you've been admitted and you're definitely coming to San Diego State, we will be reaching out to you with links and resources how you can look into getting housing. Activities. I know if you're only here for 4 or 5 months, having fun is definitely a priority. So I put on here just a few things that you can do. We have bowling on campus. You basically rent the shoes for a couple dollars and the rest of it's free as like I don't know, like a stress relief service to students, just to kind of have fun, honestly. Outdoors, there's hiking. We will take you on hikes if you sign up for it. We can also point you where the best hikes are. San Diego is a beautiful city with a lot of mountains that you can get hiking up and really get nice views of the whole city. Surfing, I mentioned that we have a surfing class, but if you just want to try it for fun, we have a class that's just $5 US. They take you out for, I believe, a half of the day, and they give you an introductory lesson to surfing. And a lot of students just do it for the experience, but then they like it so much, they keep doing it throughout the semester. I think this next one is quite good as well. Campus clubs. We have over 300 campus clubs. And why that's good for you is if you are interested in not only meeting American students and getting to be friends with them, but also networking. All those clubs are really, really useful. There's like a international student club. There's an international business club. There are music clubs. There are computer clubs. I mean, movie clubs, you name it, and we've got it. So over 300, and you'll just meet probably once a week with other students, and so they have similar interests in you. And again, it's a good way to network and make friends. Free sports events. I showed you the basketball earlier. This is a picture of our football team. Any of the sports events on campus, we actually give you free tickets as a student to attend all of them. So you don't have to pay for any ticket to any event. The last picture you can see here is a concert. We have an outdoor concert venue and also an indoor concert venue, which is where the basketball team plays. And we get really big concerts here. Recent ones I can remember would be like Rihanna, Maroon 5, God, lots of them. Trying to think who else has played here. God, I'm drawing a blank right now, but lots of concerts. So if you do like music, it's definitely a great place for you to catch some good live bands. Jay-Z played here, and I'm trying to think who else it was. Right now I'm drawing a blank on the music, but if you do like music, it's great because you can walk from where you're taking classes just to see, world famous artists, which is nice. So I am going to leave it at that. You can see here one of our beautiful sunsets. It's like I said, it's a beach city, and it's something that it's a place that you're going to enjoy going to school. You're going to enjoy even more living here and living in the warm weather, the friendly people, the students, and things like that. Honestly, most of our Swedish students, by the time their semester's over, they say, like, I really don't want to go back. I want to stay here. And some students actually extend for a second semester. So that's something to think about later. But for now, I just wanted to give you a general overview of the city, the university, and kind of some of the things we have to offer. So if you have any other questions, you can always talk to the Blueberry people. Like I said, they're very helpful. They know our school very, very well. And if you have questions they can't answer, they can refer you to me directly, and I'm happy to start communicating with you directly as well. So on that note, I'll just say thanks for your time and listening and watching this presentation, and good luck to you. Hopefully I see you in San Diego at orientation, but whatever you choose and wherever you go, I just want to say best of luck. All right. Thanks, everybody.